Welcome, Baltz families, to this week's Sunday Storytime. Get ready to mark your calendars with this week's news and coming events, which will be followed by a news story for the week. Can't wait to find out what it is. And the final segment will be our Mindful Minute with Mrs. Papa. Stay tuned. In this week's events at Baltz, parent-teacher conferences are coming. They're happening on November 22nd and 23rd. There's no school for students on that day. You should be hearing from your child's teacher this week about scheduling conferences, and most conferences will be held on Zoom.
No hay anuncios esta semana. Baltz Bears, tengan una excelente semana. Las conferencias de padres se acercan ya. Serán el 22 y el 23 de noviembre. Los estudiantes no tienen escuela estos días. Durante esta próxima semana, los maestros se estarán comunicando para así agendar conferencias. La mayoría de las conferencias serán a través de Zoom.
There's no school for students November 22nd through November 26th. We'll see you back on November 29th.
No hay clases desde noviembre 22 hasta el 26. Disfruten su cena y los vemos el 29 de noviembre.
Good evening, Baltz families, and welcome to another episode of Sunday Storytime. My name is Miss Gotthold, and I teach kindergarten here at Baltz. Tonight, I will be reading Bear Says Thanks by Carmel Wilson. Illustrations by Jane Chapman. All alone in his cave, Bear listens to the wind. He is bored, and he misses his friends. I could make a big dinner, a feast I could share. But he looks through his cupboard, and the cupboard is bare. Then Mouse stops by with a huckleberry pie, and the bear says, "Thanks." Bear says, "Goodness me, a delectable pie. But I have nothing," he adds with a sigh. Then they hear "Hi-ho!" and they see Hare with a big batch of muffins at the door of the lair. Hare hurries in from the cold, rushing wind, and the bear says, "Thanks." "Of course," says Hare. Then he points to the door. "Here comes Badger. He's got even more." "Brr," says Badger as he tromps inside. He sets down his pole and he smiles real wide. "I'm back from a stroll at the old fishing hole." And the bear says, "Thanks." Then Gopher and Mole tunnel up from the ground. "We have warm honey nuts. Let's pass them around." There's a flap and a flitter and a flurry in the den, when in flutters Owl with Raven and Wren. "We have pears from the tree and herbs to brew tea." And then the bear says, "Wait." Bear mutters and he stutters and he wears a big frown. Bear sighs and he moans and he plops himself down. "You have brought yummy treats. You are so nice to share. But me, I have nothing. My cupboards are bare." Mouse squeaks, "Don't fret. There's enough, dear bear. You don't need any food. You have stories to share." His friends hug him tight. "It will be all right." And the bear says thanks. They lay out their feast on a quilt on the ground, and the bear takes a seat while his friends gather round. In a cave in the woods, in a warm, bright lair, the friends feel grateful for their good friend Bear. They pass around platters, they tweet and they chatter, and they all say thanks. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to tune in next week for another episode of Sunday Storytime. Happy Thanksgiving!
Something that has helped me manage my emotions is writing. Hi, Baltz Bears. I'm Miss Brown, and I'm a reading specialist. When you see me, I'm usually very calm and happy, but that wasn't always the case. When I was younger, I had a lot of big feelings. I learned to regulate those feelings by writing in a diary. Then, in 3rd grade, our school librarian introduced us to poetry during Black History Month. The poems she shared were written by influential African American writers like Langston Hughes, Gwendolyn Brooks, and Nikki Giovanni. That's when I fell in love with poetry. Not all poetry rhymes, but using words to create rhythm and rhyme helped me make sense of the world around me and feel like I had control over my life. Since then, whenever I'm having big feelings or just need to relax, I'll pull out one of my many notebooks and a pen, and I write. Stop and smell the roses as you speed along your path. Days behind us multiply. Eyes open, now do the math. For you may miss out if you blink. Years gone, never to return. All those lessons would lead to growth if you could just back up and learn. But you can't, so just keep moving through a world where wonders never cease. And you'll find your bucket overflowing with beauty, love, and peace.
Bears, welcome back to another episode of Mindful Minute. This week we are going to learn a new breathing exercise. It is called rocket ship breathing.
Rocket ship breathing is a combination of slow breathing and counting backwards. Counting backwards is helpful because it requires your brain to do something different. It requires it to switch gears and focus on something other than what's bothering you.
Let's begin by taking slow, deep breaths. And get ready to count down. Now let's practice rocket ship breathing together. Watch these Bald Bears show you how that's done.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This week, practice rocket ship breathing. And if you find yourself having big uncomfortable feelings, give it a try. Rocket ship breathing is a tool that will help your brain grow strong.
Thanks for watching Mindful Minute.
Happy Thanksgiving! See you next week!
Hey guys, it's Miss Persani. Don't forget to like and share this video, and also make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss another episode. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, you rock!